Parents, teachers, and classmates. My name is Mateo and I will talk about the economic crisis in Europe. What is the European Union? The European Union is an union between countries in Europe. The only main currency in the European Union is the euro. The euro is a single currency shared by 27 of the countries of Europe. Some of them are Germany, Austria, France, Bulgaria, Greece, between others. The European Union was created because some of the countries of Europe were richer than others, so they wanted to grow economically. Another reason was that some countries were too small and all had a different monetary system, so they united to make easier the things. Also, after World War II, France and the United Kingdom were in a bad financial situation, so they also created this alliance. Well, one definition of a crisis is a situation in which the economy of a country experiences a sudden downturn brought on by a financial crisis. The symptoms of a crisis is when a country starts getting big debts. Those debts increase and then they cannot be paid, so the companies of that country start firing people. Also, a high unemployment number and a reduction of capital in banks is one of the symptoms. The effects of any crisis for people is that, in first place, basic products get more and more expensive, so families cannot pay them. Then the gas price increases. And in second place, family members are fired because the company cannot afford to pay them, so their financial situation gets worse. As people, governments get really affected with crises because they have to deal with strictness and poorness. Also, they have the responsibility of ask for help to other countries. Because the people is the responsibility of the government. Mondial crises have happened before, like the World War II, affecting France and the UK. The crisis in 2008 in USA and in 1997 in Japan, and they have demonstrated to be vital for the people and governments. Well, now let's talk about the crisis in Europe. The actual problem with the economy in Europe was started with Greece's financial problems. Greece was even threatened to be expelled from the EU. Well, here we can see a timeline. First, in January of 2010, an EU report condemns severe irregularity in Greek accounting procedures. In that same year, in November, the EU and the IMF agreed to a bailout package to the Irish Republic. On the next year, on February, the Eurozone finance minister set up a permanent bailout fund, which they say they will stabilize the economy. Then, on October 26, the European leaders reached a three-pronged agreement. Then, in 2012, on April, there was some relief for Spain after it saw strong demand at the auction of its debt. Then, in June 19, Eurozone jobless rate has hit a new high, and now the problem continues. Now we can see a chart. First, Greece spent more from what he won, and Greece's public debt is 142%. Not like Spain's that is only 60.1% of GDP in 2010. Here we can see that Spain now is controlling more their financial situation than Greece. Then Portugal. In July 2011, the rating agency Moody's caused Portugal credit rating to jump status, and Ireland was the first state to enter into recession. Here we can see that the Ireland problem got worse and Portugal problems just started. And finally, the United Kingdom. It declared austerity, the same as Portugal, but it was merely fortunately having a long-dated debt. This shows that the United Kingdom is the least affected country of all that we can see here. consequences of this crisis in Europe is the unemployment of young people in the affected countries, which is of 48%, and in all Europe of 26%. For some of the countries, the loss of purchasing power. The purchasing power is the power that allows you to buy things like bread or milk. Well, in the world, this problem caused the devaluation of money because of the international trade in countries like China and the USA. Well, my conclusion is that this problem, which started all the problem, could be prevented because the government and the people spent more from what it could want. And that Spain and Ireland and Italy didn't care about their financial situation. So now they need to find a way to improve their financial situation. We can learn a lesson from these crises, having control of our incomes and outcomes. We must control them, or we will fall on a problem like Greece. Here are my sources if you want to check more information at your home. Thanks for your time.